Hey everyone, here to do my week 38 update. So this past week's been a pretty hard one for me, emotionally and mentally and physically and just all around. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you already know that because I posted that. I don't know, it's just, it's hard being pregnant and having children. I wish that's something someone would have told me when I was pregnant the first time around. Like, enjoy just having to take care of yourself mostly because, after this, it's nowhere as easy. So, I've just had a lot of days this week where, like, I physically could not make myself, like, put on a bra, much less leave the house and take my boys to run off some energy at the park. And I wanted to so bad. And I kept thinking to myself, cherish these days with just the boys because life's about to get a whole lot crazier here pretty soon. But like I just could not bring myself to get the energy to, go outside and do something fun with them. And then I start crying because I feel like a terrible mom and I'm failing them and all those voices that come in your head. And my husband's like, you know, our kids don't have it bad. If the worst thing you're doing to them is letting them watch, educational shows, you're not doing a bad job. And, you know, like logically, I know that, but it's just hard because I, obviously try really hard to be a good mom. And it's just this whole pregnancy has just been, you know, the first trimester I had headaches, and then the second one was better, but it was good. And then this third one, I'm just tired and big and stuff. So yeah, I've just been crying a whole lot. And um, as far as like anxiety goes, I mean, it's pretty much been at like an all-time high. I honestly, I just kind of feel scared to give birth, and I don't remember feeling like this last time around. I remember feeling very confident and like, oh, I'm gonna do this. But at the same time, I had no idea what I was getting myself into because my first birth was Pitocin, epidural, Stadol, you name it. I mean, I didn't feel a single contraction. I barely even said ow, pushed, oh, I had a baby. And so the second time around, I think I was like, I'm going to do this. And now, the third time around, I still feel like, no, I've got this and I'm going to do this. But it's like, I know what to expect. I know the intensity of a baby crowning, what it feels like pushing out a large baby. And it was like, I liked it better when I didn't know and I was just going into blindly, but it's good and it's bad. But yeah, and so I don't know. And I know that having that fear can sometimes block labor or stall it. And I don't want that. So I try really hard to subconsciously like talk myself through when I'm feeling like that. And I take a lot of baths at night with like eucalyptus, like massage oil with spearmint in it. And I take deep breaths and I'm like, I'm a woman. I am strong. I have got this. I'm going to do this beautifully again. But then the fear and the anxiety creeps back over me. And I posted on a Facebook page the other day basically everything I just told you, and has, many of you experienced this. And a flood of women wrote back that the exact same thing happened to them. Their second time going into a natural birth, they felt very scared and very anxious about it because they did know what to expect. So it made me feel better. But I'm trying really hard to, just let it all go and everything's gonna be fine. The pain is temporary, and as soon as that baby's in your arms, it all goes away. And that feeling of empowerment that you get is like nothing other. Like I can honestly tell you, it's been 3.5 years since I've given birth naturally, and like I still will just look at him sometimes and just get that same like nostalgic feeling of how proud I was when I did it. And I'll look at pictures, and it's just a very um, confidence booster. It's amazing. So I'm like, I look forward to that again. But today I am 38 weeks in one day, and I had a midwife appointment this morning, and It was a great appointment. I told her everything I just told you, and I don't think I had like really ever expressed how much like anxiety I've had and fear. And she agreed and said what I said before, that like it's kind of good and bad when you know what to expect, and just a lot of reassurance. And then let's see what else happened. The appointment. It was a really good appointment today. Last time I was seen last week, baby's head wasn't engaged yet, and it was off to the side a little bit. And so when she felt for baby's position today, she kind of wiggled the head and was like, clunk, clunk. Oh, yeah, I think your baby is engaged. And so I got excited because that's another fear I have, honestly, is like, okay, I know I can birth a baby in the optimal fetal position. But when I hear of stories of women who give birth like sunny side up or stargazing babies, like that scares me. Like I would not like to do that. So, um, and she was like, I don't think you're gonna have a big baby, but we'll see. And so she said, do you want me to check you? And up until this appointment today, I've thought about like if they offer, should I let them? Because I've expressed before that I don't know how I feel about like numbers and, so I really wasn't sure. But I said, well, since baby's head is engaged, that's progress itself. I'm happy with that. I guess I'd just like to see if any other progress has been made. So she checked me and she said, you're a good 1 centimeter dilated and 50% effaced, and your cervix is like midpoint. It's not completely posterior, it's not anterior. It's about midway, but she could feel it and she could feel baby's head. I was at a -3 station, so like she could make it float a little bit, but yeah, nothing exciting. I've always been like 1 or 2 centimeters dilated weeks prior to my due date, but it's really neat to see the body like preparing, and baby's like, okay, exits that way. I'm gonna start making my way. A good friend who I made in Germany, who now lives in California, hi Laura. She surprised me and secretly coordinated with my other friend who I've made here since moving. And my friend came over, and I thought we were just hanging out, letting the kids play. And she said, okay, the real reason I'm here is your friend booked you a prenatal massage, and I'm here to watch the boys, and you gotta leave in 15 minutes because your appointment's in like 45 minutes. I was totally shocked and surprised, and it was the best massage I've ever had. It was amazing. I've never had a prenatal massage. The place was like so professional and gorgeous, and it was a 50-minute massage. And I was in so much pain up until that point, my hips, my back, my pubic bone. And ever since that appointment, I've felt like pretty much amazing. It is, holy cow, amazing. And I recommend anyone that can do that. Now that it's getting closer, it is definitely, I'm starting to get anxious of, is this a boy or is this a girl? And it's like hard for us because we have two boys. So I feel like there's like, I feel like we know, I'm like, it's another boy. And when I close my eyes and when I think of birthing this baby and reaching down and looking at it, it's always a boy every single time. So I don't know if that is an intuition thing that people talk about, how they just knew, because I've never had that. I never just knew my boys were boys. I had no idea. Or if it's because that's all I've ever known, that's all I've ever prepared for, is looking down at a boy. So we'll see, but I think it would be neat to not find out the gender, either your first baby, which I know most people would never do that, or if you have a boy and a girl, then you get pregnant with your third and you don't find out. But because we've had two boys, I just feel so like convinced it's a boy. But yeah, we'll see. To be completely honest, everywhere I go and on my Facebook, people are like, we're rooting for that girl, and it kind of bothers me, honestly. And it's always I don't know, even last time I was pregnant, it bothered me. And my husband's like, people are just going to say that. And I completely understand that. I know everyone, wants us to have a girl to experience that. But it's just like, I don't want anybody to think when this baby comes out and it's a boy, I don't want one person to have a slight, like, oh, be, or think we're disappointed or upset because if I had any slight feeling of maybe I'd feel that way, we wouldn't have found out the gender. So like we genuinely do not care what this baby is, and I swear I just pray all the time I was for a happy and healthy baby. I'm like, this mama has lost a lot of patience over the last years of mothering. Like I just want a baby who is happy and wants to cuddle. Like please don't send me a colicky baby. I've never had one. And Lord knows I would not handle that well with having to take care of two boys. So I just want a happy baby, honestly, and of course, healthy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in week 39.